And I know that your trainings are highly subsidized. So how has it been? How have you been doing it, Tana?
Well, there are many things or ingredients that you have to put into when you are doing training. First, I must comment first that in Nigeria we have a very robust curriculum. Some people would say the curriculum of Nigeria is outdated. I don't think so. The curriculum we have in this country is what you have there out. But the thing is, it keeps on evolving, right? It keeps on evolving, and then you have to make sure that you adapt to the 21st century requirements for the technology, for the training of our graduates, of our young people here in Nigeria. Training is not something that an institution can just go by itself. Training, education is the cohesion of all the stakeholders. Who are our main stakeholders in the industry? These are our partners, the hotels. We should have what you call a collaboration, a partnership with them, because you will not be able to level that standard to the international level if our institution has no strong link with the industry. That's why I know there are many things that you can elaborate, like a litany of all the woes of the educational sector in the country. But as I said earlier, that each of the institution, each of the hotel owners, each of the owners of the institution, when you set up such educational institution, you have to make sure that you have your own goals, your objectives. Like that, you can give a holistic training to your students. It is not just giving them the right knowledge and skills, but also what plays in there is what you call the soft skills that is very important. We have to make sure that we train these young people that they will acquire what you call the KAS. It's not only the knowledge, the skills, and the thing, but also at the very same time, you cannot just say, okay, let us go and reach to the highest level of training, the international standard. Well, let's start with the basic standard. Let these girls know, understand what are the basic tools that we use in the hospitality industry. I remember I went to one accreditation, and I was horrified when I saw the school, the equipment, what they use in the school. I don't want to say all these things, but it is really very sad. When you say, okay, I am training these students to train in hospitality, and I want them to work in these big franchise hotels. How can they work in a big franchise hotels when they don't know the basic materials? They cannot appreciate the materials. They cannot distinguish which one is a carpet, which one is a tile. There are many things that we have to put into play. So what we have to do is really to make sure that when we set up an institution, they should have the basic requirements. We should have good lecturers that are not just based on books. For example, the students, they go for the internship. Let also our lecturers go for internship. That we are not talking about the moon, and we are talking about the floor. So there should be to make sure that the lecturers, they have their own CPD. It cannot just be there. When I say the notebook, the notes that they are using 1978 is still the same thing they are using in the 21st century. So let us upgrade ourselves and also reinforce that collaboration with the hotels. And these are our big partners, and this is where our students will be able to get that international standards. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tana. Thank you. So, recently, the University of Calabar, I think they put together a team to look at the possibility of bringing in more lecturers into the package of tourism. And lucky enough, my name was on the list somehow. And then when they were, university, there is this accreditation, or you have to pass through all this kind of don't have a PhD, so I have to have a PhD before I can teach. So I was like, okay, but I have commercial knowledge and experience, and I have what happens to my master's from Cornell and all of that. And he said, you must have a PhD. That's just a requirement. But then again, we have people in the industry with a lot of experience, with a lot of knowledge, people who can actually take the students through a process, expose them to events like this. If I tell your students that there are events like this and all of that, I know, Mr. Kayode, I know for a fact that NSCI is an institute for hotel catering and management and hotel catering and hotel institute. So how is the NSCI trying to get you to correct these things happening in institutions? Because universities have to know that they need people with commercial experience, not just, as Tana said, someone who goes online, downloads an entire, whatever it is that Professor Wasu, for instance, that put and put up there, and just take it and begin to teach the students. What can the NSCI do about this?
Thank you very much. Like you rightly said, my name is Badaki Aliyu. I think I've been in the traditional industry for the past 37 years. And I probably could say when the industry is just coming into being in this country. Just before I answer that question, I just have a few tips based on what Tana said earlier. The truth of the matter is this: there is no shortage of hospitality as far as Nigeria is concerned, but there is a shortage of people to offer hospitality. That's actually the problem we have. You will find out that 85% of the workforce that we have in the industry do not really understand it. They don't have the conceptual understanding of what hospitality is. The truth remains that just like I have principles and practices, the same thing happens in hospitality and catering. If you don't understand the conceptual basis of a particular course, you will find it very difficult to excel in such a situation. The unfortunate aspect we have in the country is that, just like my brother Toby said, another person goes into that industry to earn money. They didn't go in there to make a career. There's a difference between making money and growing a career. You will find out that when we started in the industry, we are fine enough, we are lucky to go through multinationals. Forsuelo is here. And we started from Sheraton, we set up Sheraton. Truly we gained, but we did not just gain, that we were actually humble enough to learn from those who have been there, from those who were sent to prepare the place for opening. Because we were trained for us to be able to train the others. And I think we gained a lot from that. We were not really paid fantastically. I remember in those days our salary was 4,000 naira per annum. That's an average of 333 naira, 33 kobo. The housing allowance per annum then was 500 naira. People will say you can buy a lot of things then, but I must tell you, when you compare that to what is being offered in the merchant banks, you will know that you are earning just their transport allowance as a whole allowance. So the fact remains that we need people who will key into hospitality. Hospitality, I must tell you, is not comfortable. You just must understand that it's never a comfortable zone. Because even at your own disadvantage, you are expected to please somebody. I don't know how that comes to play in your head. I'm hungry, I need to have food to eat, yet I'm serving somebody food and he's shouting on me. I don't understand how that gets along. But the fact is, if you understand the principles, you'll be able to put into practice the principles of hospitality. It's not easy, but I must tell you, it's a call to service. And you must understand that for you